we have now found out that we do have an asset of tremendous value that could earn £1.3 billion for Guernsey, just developing a quarter of the area we have available. So the numbers are absolutely huge. What this policy letter is doing is coming to the States and saying, this is the plan, and informing them and the public and getting an endorsement of a direction of travel. And remember, unlike a lot of government investments or expenditure, this is an investment that's aiming to make a return, actually earn money for the States, as opposed to a lot of money we put into planning things that we often don't proceed with.
There's been a lot of talk over the last few years about the possibility of a wind farm. Has there actually been any interest from someone who says, look, you get this set up, we're interested in putting forward a bid? Have you actually got anyone who is interested?
Without going out to market and actually advertising, we've had a queue of major developers, like Equinor came to visit Guernsey about 18 months ago. Companies worth nearly £100 billion who have come to Guernsey saying they're very, very keen to proceed. In fact, we've had several offers of people wanting to sign exclusive deals with us and get on with it. But we've actually pushed back on those because that wouldn't necessarily achieve the best value for Guernsey. We want to create a competitive bidding process where we can maximise what we get from our asset, because we only get one chance to sell this.
So you're optimistic States members are going to be interested in and take this up?
I think really it's a no-brainer, but to explore it further.
Yes.
We're going to have to address all the issues of stakeholders. We're going to have to deal with the fishermen. We're going to have to deal with environmental issues. We're going to have to deal with a lot of other things. So there's a lot of work yet to do, and there's also a lot of work to be done taking the fact we have now found out that we do have an asset of tremendous value that could earn £1.3 billion for Guernsey, just developing a quarter of the area we have available. So the numbers are absolutely huge. There is a real opportunity. The experts have validated that it is real and have estimated that value, and it could be considerably higher. Now it's for us to go out and do the detailed work to find out how we go to market and how we secure that revenue for Guernsey, and how we address all the concerns I'm sure people will have.
How long do you think it would take before, if we get this all approved and all goes through and we find a developer to start work straight away almost, when do you think we could start work actually going?
Right, the policy letter calls for if this policy letter is approved, then one of the propositions is for the Future Policy and Resources Committee to come back to the States with a plan to go to market by the end of 2026. And our draft schedule has us securing a developer, one or more developers for one or more sites in 2027, who would then start planning for construction, and you'd probably see turbines going up around the early 2030s is when the actual turbines would go in place. Now, the revenue received, the 300 million that's mentioned, that's a check up front, but no ongoing revenue. If you take deferred revenue, it could be up to £1.3 billion just for a quarter of the area of seabed we've got on the base case alone. So I personally would support the idea of deferred revenue, and those checks could start flowing as early as 2027, or if you deferred them a little bit till the actual wind farm's built and the money is flowing to the developer from the sale of electricity, then it could be even higher. So that's a decision that future states will make nearer to the time when we've got more detail.